Guten Tag, bonjour, buenos dias, buon pomeriggio, good afternoon. My name is Sina-Imose Friehling. My name already gives it away. I am not from here. I'm a 19-year-old international student from Germany, and I came to the US 7 months ago. Now, when people find out that I am German, I oftentimes get very interesting reactions. Sometimes people tell me, but you don't even look German. Or they ask me, why is your English so good? Or they ask me, are you still sad about having lost World War II? I'm not, by the way. Now, when people find out that I'm also Nigerian, the questions I receive are just as interesting. Sometimes people ask me, is there running water or electricity in Africa? Or do you all live in huts? And do you even have schools? Now, those questions may sound silly, but I think that they reveal two very important things. First of all, many people don't know anything about other countries and cultures. Germany is the most populated country in the European Union, and Nigeria is the most populated country in Africa, yet many people would not be able to point out either country on a map. This is Germany, and this is Nigeria. Would you have guessed it? The second aspect that those questions show us is that although many people may not have a broad knowledge about other countries, they do have a genuine interest in finding out more about other cultures. And this is fundamental to encourage cultural exchange, which is the topic of this talk. Now you may ask yourself, why is cultural exchange even important? We are in New Jersey. New Jersey is an incredibly diverse state. 53.5% of the entire population are white alone and not of Hispanic or Latin American descent. But 21.5% of the population are Hispanic, which is 1/5 of the entire population of this state. 15.3% of all inhabitants are African American, and 10.3% are Asian. This shows us that almost half of the population are people of color or Hispanics. And that's why learning about other cultures is so important to help us understand different values, opinions, and stereotypes that may divide us. Before I started planning my stay in the US, I had many stereotypes about this country myself. Spending time in this country has helped me understand the culture and debunk very popular myths. No, not all Americans eat burgers for breakfast. Not all Americans live in New York or in a cornfield. So since this society is so diverse, we will always have to work together with people who are of a different ethnic background or from a different culture than us. May it be at work, at school, or just in our everyday life. And since our campus partly reflects the society, cultural exchange is crucial to ensure more tolerance and acceptance among Brookdale's student body. What can you do to learn more about cultural exchange, especially as a college student? First, education. Brookdale offers many interesting classes like cultural anthropology, world civilization history, or geography. But the most important classes, in my opinion, are languages. And even if you're not a college student, it's not too late to start learning a new language. I started learning English in kindergarten. By the way, Kindergarten is a German word which literally means children's yard or children's garden. During my school career in elementary school and secondary school, I took English, French, and Spanish classes all at the same time, and those are very beneficial to me. Now that I'm at Brookdale, I'm also taking Italian classes, and I know learning a new language may be hard, it may be tiring to learn all the vocabulary and the grammar, but it's so much more beneficial than it is exhausting, and the benefits are so much bigger than the time you have to put into learning all of that stuff. It's worth it, I promise. The second point is traveling. I know traveling is not easy, especially if you're a college student. It's expensive, it takes time and courage. But Brookdale offers great study abroad programs that are more affordable than just taking an expensive vacation. So if you do have the opportunity to go on a study abroad trip, I want to encourage you to take it. And there's a lot of information on Brookdale's website, and the International Education Center will also provide much information if you're interested. But if you do have the financial means, I want to encourage you to get out there and go on that trip to Europe, go on that trip to Africa, go on vacation, and enjoy your life. And I know that many people think that a language barrier might be a problem. I have a little story. When I was 4 years old, my parents and I went to the Dominican Republic, and we were not fluent in any language except German. Now, nobody spoke German there, yet I never had a problem making new friends, meeting people, and having conversations without even speaking a word. There are many nonverbal ways of communicating with people, and we all have a phone, so if you really need words that desperately, just use Google Translate. So all it takes sometimes is just channeling your inner child, being brave, and not being afraid of messing up. The third point is meeting new friends, and you don't even have to leave your country to do that. As college students, we are in so many different classes. We can join clubs, we can join teams, and it is really important to do all of those things, to meet people who are not like you. You have to leave your social and cultural bubble in order to grow, in order to learn more from people from different places of the earth. And it's so easy to do so on campus if you're just brave enough to do so. I want to encourage you to stay curious. Some of those pictures are me on vacation, and I went to some of those places all by myself. And I know it may seem scary, especially if you're a girl, if you're a college student, to travel, to get on that plane, but please don't let fear stop you from growing. Some of the places I traveled to were very hard to access. But this whole experience made me grow so much that I really want to encourage you to stay curious and be brave. Curiosity is key, so never stop asking questions. I would prefer you asking questions about World War II than just leaving you with weird assumptions about my country. Leaving my home country and studying in the US was the best decision of my life. I wanted to learn more about other cultures, and Brookdale did get me there. Brookdale gave me a voice by sharing my experiences with other people. But Brookdale also helped me learn so much more about different histories and cultures, just by giving me a second family, by meeting new amazing friends, having amazing teammates, shout out to the Brookdale cheer team, and by having amazing professors who would always support me. Cultural exchange has helped me grow and become the person that I am today. And I am sure if you're just brave enough, it can do the same thing for you. Thank you.